Well, hello there, and I do hope you're all well. Now in this video you are going to watch the excellent Chris Bryant, as he is absolutely astounded by what he's hearing. Now in the final video of the week you are going to see Labour MP Chris Bryant first explain where the Roman Abramovich money could be sent, and someone we haven't sanctioned while everybody else has, to our hapless Foreign Secretary James Cleverley. He then turned his attention to Sir Philip Barton and about a report about bullying within the Foreign Office. And to say how Philip Barton's body language looked very shady is an understatement. Oh, and watch out for the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Alicia Kearns. Listen to what she has to say at the end. Very telling.
Just to tidy up two bits from earlier, the body I was referring to that you might want the Abramovich money to go to would be the Disasters Emergency Committee. That seems a fairly straightforward system, but you maybe want to write to me. And one of the one person I'd add to your list, you won't want to comment, I know, of people who should be sanctioned, who is already sanctioned by the United States of America, is Carrie Lam. I just don't understand why the UK hasn't taken action in relation to her, but I know you don't want to speculate about sanctions that you may make in the future. As I understand it, this may be more for Sir Philip than for you, the Foreign Secretary, but the Foreign Office takes part in the government's People Survey on an annual basis, I think, and that looks at asks members of staff, civil servants, all sorts of different things. In the past, it's been very useful for tracking down bullying in posts overseas. And when an individual post has come up with a lot of people reporting bullying through that anonymous survey, then the Foreign Office has been able to take action. I gather that in the 2019 People Survey for the Foreign Office, the standard level of people reporting bullying in their area, that either having been bullied themselves or harassed or seen it in others, was about 10%. But I understand that in the Foreign Secretary's private office in 2019, it showed that 40% of people working there reported that they had been bullied or harassed, and that 75% had seen others being bullied or harassed. Is that right?
So you're right. There's a people survey across the whole of the civil service, and Foreign Commonwealth Office in the time period you're referencing, but obviously now the FCDO takes part in that. It has a series of questions. Takes about 20 minutes for individuals to answer those questions, and people have just finished off answering this year's survey. And you're also right that one part of that survey covers bullying, harassment and discrimination. What that does is basically give the leadership of the organisation, both at the top of it but also in individual areas, a sense of what the work environment is like across the whole of the organisation. I don't think I'm going to comment on what appears to have been a leak of a document, but I would say you can't necessarily infer that any scores in any area. You need to get under the bonnet and look at what lies behind them rather than inferring any particular thing in any particular direction.
No, I'm sorry, that doesn't wash. I remember in the past permanent undersecretaries from the Foreign Office coming and saying we are worried about bullying in various posts around the country, and when asked they would say if you had 20% reporting that they had either been bullied or harassed themselves, then that was not good enough and that action was going to be taken and the people would be speaking to the senior people in post. How can you possibly have a situation where the Foreign Secretary's own private office, which is a relatively small office, is 40% are reporting that they themselves have been bullied or harassed? Was any action taken?
So let me say that the approach I've taken, when I was in the Foreign Office, I was at board level our champion for efforts to tackling bullying, harassment, discrimination, and since I was appointed to this job as the new department was created, I've absolutely put at the heart of the way I've tried to lead personally, but also the way I've wanted others to lead the organisation, treating everybody with kindness and respect, and making sure that they're in an environment that enables them to do their jobs without being either bullied, harassed or discriminated against. I recognise that the world's not perfect and there are always going to be areas and problems. As I say, that what you need to do in those situations is get underneath the reasons behind particular problems in particular areas, find out what are the drivers of those, and then tackle them.
Did you get behind this specific issue that we're talking about?
I'm not going to comment on individual circumstances. I'm not going to get into that on the basis of a leaked document.
Your predecessor was asked today, do you think the characterisation of Dominic Raab as somebody who could bully and around whom bullying happened is a plausible one? And he said yes.
So as I say, I've set out the approach I've taken, both when I was in the Foreign Office and the Leadership Board, but also as Permanent Under Secretary of the new department. I worked very closely with successive Foreign Secretaries to build a culture of respect and kindness across the whole of the department. I think that is when people flourish and give their best.
No, we're not.
Neil.
Now, wasn't his body language very, very bizarre? He looked cagey, flustered, and very shady, didn't he? Now, I'm not one for a moment saying Sir Philip Barton is involved or is partaking in any bullying, but judging by his body language, he gave off that strong whiff of knowing more than what he's letting on, didn't he? Right, I'm going to clear some up. Judging by some comments yesterday, I got the feeling that some people thinking I was stopping this channel. No, I will be back Monday, as usual, but I usually do 2 videos a day. But with this course that I said I'm on this week, I'm running on empty. I'm cooking on empty, you could say, and I'm shattered. So there's only going to be one a day. Then I'm going to relax the rest of today and tomorrow, then be back at it. Probably Monday, normal service will be resumed. So have a fantastic weekend, guys. Take care, and I will see you all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Monday. So take care.